Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And yes guys, tomorrow is gonna be another Ripple versus SEC and judge meeting. And that basically means there's another hearing tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. Today, we're gonna talk about exactly what is happening that specific date, what you need to know about the price. Every single thing will be discussed here. Do not worry about it. And make sure you press the freaking subscribe button if you haven't done that already, because, well, I think you want to be updated, right? I mean, all this stuff can make a really big difference in terms of price, and you want to be notified every single time some new news comes out. So once more, guys, make sure you press that little subscribe button, and of course, like the video if you haven't pressed that little button already. Also, I think a notification bell would be smart. And my question of today is, do you still hold XRP? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, so reminder, Ripple versus SEC telephonic hearing coming up tomorrow. There's a USA number, an international number, and a little bit of a code, which is the access code, basically, if you've dialed one of these numbers. And then, again, the date, May 21st, 2 p.m. EST. And please, guys, do not go to the comment section asking me exactly what time this is. Maybe one person will be nice enough to put all the different time zones in there. Otherwise, you can just go to Google and type in 2 p.m. EST to my time, and Google will find it out for you. So do not worry about it. You don't have to calculate or do anything difficult. What is going to happen, though? Well, there's actually quite a lot that's going to be discussed in there, and we've kind of covered this quite a lot of times, but let's go over it again to get you guys onto the stage, and then let's talk about what we expect for the XRP price and whatnot, and what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So, SEC v Ripple, we're, by the way, definitely going to stream tomorrow, so that's, again, once more, I really recommend you guys press the subscribe button. SEC v Ripple, a telephonic conference to discuss the SEC motion to compel the turnover of documents regarding legal advice Ripple received about whether sales or offers of XRP were securities, has been scheduled for May 21st at 2 p.m. So, there's a little bit of a document here. Let's quickly check it out. Ripple et al. Defendants, SEC against Ripple, Sarah Netburn, United States Magistrate Judge. A telephonic conference is scheduled for May 21st, 2021 at 2 p.m. to discuss the SEC's pending motion to compel at ECF number 165. Credentialed members of the press should contact the SDNY media office, yada, yada, yada. Unauthorized recordings and rebroadcastings are not allowed, and they will be investigated with sanctions of criminals degree coming up. Now, what does this mean? What does this little section mean? It means, like we have already said a couple of times before, everything said in these previous little tweets from James Fillen or those previous little documents regarding the lawsuit, it is going to be talking about Ripple receiving financial advice. It is said now that Ripple received some financial advice from a party, which could be a lawyer, for example, or a financial advisor, whatever, and Ripple used this advice onto some of their clients. They basically said, hey, we got this advice, so XRP is not a security, for example. What specifically was said in there, we do not know because it's privileged. And that basically means Ripple says, because it's a client attorney type of privilege, we don't have to give this stuff to you. And the SEC says, no, you have to, because you use this, because the two exceptions for the privilege is basically if the judge, if there's a third party involved, or, you show the documents to third parties already, or if you're, for example, saying you're going to do something in the future, like, I don't want to say something, but, if you're saying you're going to do something in the future, you can also call the police, for example. So that stuff you cannot really discuss with your lawyer. A little tip for you. Now, specifically, that is what the dispute is about Ripple saying, no, we don't have to give it to you, and the SEC is saying, yeah, you do have to give it to us. James said, for example, here, this is one of the first ones, I believe. Well, let's quickly see what I think this is one of the first ones right here. On May 10th, SEC v Ripple requests until Friday to respond to the SEC motion to compel documents regarding legal advice received about XRP. SEC agrees to this request. This is actually kind of page number 2, as the first original request I kind of lost now in the little trial and error to get all the documents together. I kind of lost that little document right now, but just take it from me here that there was a document where the SEC basically alleged Ripple of doing stuff wrong, and Ripple replied here. In this specific case, request until Friday to respond to it, May 14th. A couple of days later, again, we got that response. SEC via Ripple. Ripple files opposition to the SEC motion to compel turnover of privileged illegal advice documents, opposition below. And then there's also an order regarding sealing requests. For those having difficulties opening the PDF, you can also find that here. And James Baker says, Jeremy, just watched your video. Awesome as always. You said it's likely that Ripple would lose disclosure motion. Does that change your view? Do you know anything about this Von Bülow case history? Thanks. He says reading it as soon as kids go to sleep, and basically he later on actually replied and said, well, there's a good chance that Ripple will lose this specifically. 2 hours ago, he said, SEC v. Ripple hearing, let the judge know that there was/is and will be much public interest in this case, not only because it affects XRP, but because it affects the entire crypto industry. Friday at 2 p.m. if dialing international, be aware of phone charges. I have to be really careful with this one because, yes, last time I did get charged a little bit. Wasn't too heavy, obviously, but you gotta be careful of it. If I didn't buy myself a special little, upgrade to call to the USA, it would have been 65 euros for a little bit of a call, so that would have been pretty stupid. If I call from Dubai, I don't know what the price is going to be, but it's definitely going to be over, I think over 200. No, I'm thinking maybe 130 euros or something like that to quickly call. So I'm definitely going to have to I'll figure something out. Do not worry. We're going to live stream it tomorrow, and I'll figure something out. Not, of course, the actual hearing, but just something. We'll just be live at least. A little bit through, Jeremy Holkin has actually said in one of the videos, and I'm not sure if he actually posted it over on Twitter, that he thinks there's a good chance that the Ripple is going to kind of lose in part tomorrow. What does this mean? It does not mean that Ripple will lose the lawsuit. It is specifically about the issue at hand, basically, that there is another little, debacle, what do you want to call it, about legal advice. And since if it is true what the SEC is alleging, that Ripple did use that advice and give it to some of their clients, well, that is not privileged anymore. And the SEC and Ripple just go back and forward. Here, SEC files opposition to individual defendants' motion to fully seal memorandum regarding legal advice. It's just back and forward, back and forward. Here's another one. SEC files, this is today. SEC files its response to Ripple regarding the SEC motion to compel the turnover of documents regarding legal advice Ripple received about whether sales or offers of XRP were securities. And once more, the two arguments they make are Ripple misstates applicable fairness doctrine principles, and Ripple's fair notice defense is a good faith defense resulting in waiver. And at the top here, like I said earlier, this little first section is all you have to understand to get the full picture. The SEC's motion rests on one principal argument, the fairness doctrine. It requires that Ripple produce the legal advice it sought or received as to whether its offers and sales of XRP were or would be subject to the federal security laws because Ripple has put such advice at issue in this litigation. Motion at 3 to 5 at issue, waiver applies because even though Ripple, quote, does not attempt to make use of, end quote, of legal advice, Ripple's fair notice defense, quote, asserts a factual claim the truth of which can only be assessed by examination of a privileged communication, end quote. So my personal idea on this specific part is that Ripple does not have to hand over those documents unless, evidence or any argument they're using could not have been found out without it. And so they're saying here, Ripple's not trying to make a real, big jizz out of all of these documents, not trying to use these documents to defense. They're only asserting that the SEC should have given them fair notice, which the SEC is trying to allege in their motion to strike. And, well, if it comes out, basically, that Ripple did already kind of assume as that XRP was security and trying to kind of come out of that or something like that, then the fair notice wasn't necessarily necessary, basically. Because if Ripple already knew that it could be a security and they didn't fully not know and it comes as a surprise right now, yeah, then things are most likely going to change a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how or what way. Again, that's what we're going to hear tomorrow, most likely, because the judge is going to rule. And in terms of price, because of course you guys want to talk about that and have a little bit of an idea about that, I personally think that the price will react positively at first, like right now. But that's also because we saw it the last two times. I mean, the first time here was April 6th, and after that, things did really, really well. Last time was April 30th, and things did kind of well from that point on forward. We did hit a even higher spot, twice. There we go. So from that point on forward, we did, get more money. Then again, I would say that there's no real correlation as it currently stands with the lawsuit in the real hearing department and the actual price, mostly because these are small, minor things. What's really going to be important is, for example, the MOU right now, people are saying it really dumped the XRP price. It really didn't. I will talk about that a little bit later in another video explaining why it didn't. People are often and right now mostly talking about, wow, okay, it's going to dump, it's going to go this, that, this, that. It's only because other people are saying so. Because it's about what they can actually do with those documents that's going to matter. For right now, we don't know anything. We, for example, don't even know what exactly is in the financial advice that they've received. It's only at those type of points that we can decide, Now, if the SC would get these documents, then that would be bad, or if this were to be approved, that would be bad. As of this point, it's only a little bit negative, but am I sad or am I, afraid? Of course not, guys. If I am, I will definitely tell you, but right now I'm just hodling through, being excited, and don't give an A, any I'm not scared at all. Let's call it like that. I'm just pretty excited about the whole process. I don't think anything can really go wrong still, and I'm just hodling through. Don't know what else to say to you guys. It's an easy process. It's not that difficult as long as you know the long term is going to be fine. And the SEC, I don't think, is going to win this lawsuit. I think they're going to lose it. Even if Ripple has to get rid of their fair note of defense, it's not a big deal, right? So specifically here, people might be negative on the XP price because what if the SEC does get this document, right? Think about it from this perspective. Ripple has 7 key arguments as to why they basically should win. If the SEC takes down 1, which, again, is not really a high chance. That's only, again, this is maybe if they win and if there's something in there which they can use, which can then take down the entire defense. If that is the case, if all of them are like ticked off boxes, then only then will we still have 6 defenses left. So, I mean, it's not really that big a deal. It's not really big a problem. It's only when things start to kind of be ticked off like crazy, if we, for example, get to the 4th defense or stuff like that, that we might have to be a little bit worried. But for right now, guys, I'm not worried at all. I'm extremely, extremely excited. And let's see what's going to happen here, guys. I'm just watching everything unfold, buying the freaking dip as I've told you guys before, and let's get crack-a-lacking, boys.